Alright, so clickbaity title first of all. I just want to say I think Deluxe is a really fun game. I enjoy it and I think it fixes a lot of problems from MK8. Also introduces some other problems, but that's a topic for another time. So if you're here excited thinking I'm going to rip the game to shreds for being bad, unfortunately you're out of luck because I don't hate the game as a standalone title. I'm an MK fan and not just I don't like swear allegiance to like one game. So I think the people who shit on the ones that aren't their favorites weren't ever going to be satisfied with a new game in the first place. And on top of this, if you act like the flaws of your game doesn't, I feel like people just ignore the flaws of their favorite games all the time. And trust me, I understand preference, of course. Like I like MKDS the most, but as a player of every title in the series, I can say confidently that every single one that has had a warring community at the very least is not even close to perfect. And I think you're irrational if you say otherwise. And I can sure as hell say that the melee of the MK franchise has yet to release, and if it had, there'd be universal agreement by now. I don't think this game. I don't think there's going to ever be a definitive most competitive game in the series, personally. But anyway, this video's discussion is going to be back on the topic of Deluxe. So, I like Deluxe, but I hate its existence. So, I believe that the series is currently in like a really bad state and just general disconnect from the fans, and it kind of sucks. Like the whole issue, like it's not hopeless like Mario Party, but time is being wasted. So pretty much we got Deluxe last year. It's been about a year, and it pretty much confirms that Nintendo was not working on a new MK for like 2 years since the end of DLC 2 on MK8. So we could have had the ninth installment by now, but I think they were kind of lazy and just decided to port everything from the Wii U over, which is great for the people who passed on the Wii U, but not good for us who were around for it. So that's just 2 years right there. No new tracks, no physics engine, nothing like that being made. Just a few tweaks. And Deluxe brings questions onto whether or not they'll actually make an actual new MK on the Switch to begin with. So it seems like Smash is getting a brand new title, and that game launched later than MK8 on the Wii U, and it even had DLC being added later in the game's life than MK8. So this is kind of concerning because 8 and Deluxe are completely, I mean, they're completely different games, but we're still waiting on MK9 at the end of the day, not the 10th one. So it feels, well, all these other franchises are getting to a place that it needs to be, but here we are waiting, and not much news on whether or not we're actually going to get a title. So we've been accustomed to waiting about 3 years between entries, and we got Deluxe last year. That was the third year, but now we're again a weird period where like it wasn't actually a new game, and it's been 4 years, and it doesn't seem like a new one's going to be in sight unless we get a little surprise at E3. MK Tour was announced earlier this year. That's the elephant in the room that I haven't talked about yet, and it's not making me feel more at ease. Honestly, it makes me wonder if the team is wasting even more time actually developing two MK titles in a row that are not actually true new games or sequels to the series that people are looking for. Uh, yeah, I guess it could be exciting maybe, but I'm not going to be too excited because I hold the very strong opinion that mobile apps are shit. Usually because they're free but focused on ripping you off via microtransactions. So pretty much you get a lot of free mobile app games, and well, they're free to play. So like everybody gets them. It's like, oh man, you can play for free, but then like they hide shit behind like they don't work like normal unlockables used to. Like back in the day, you get a game. It's like, oh man, what can I unlock in this game? You see, they tell you what you can get, but you either need like an ungodly amount of patience that is ultimately just going to be wasting your time. Hence, it pretty much is a purchase because you're just spending your money. Well, no, you're not spending money. You're just spending precious time grinding until you get said new thing, or you can just pay money. And at the end of the day, like when you have a game that's pretty much made just to get you to deal with microtrans or to buy uh, $1 add-ons constantly, it's I just don't see good game design in that at all, and I think it's just ripping people off. And it's really a shame because everybody and their mother has a mobile device in this day and age. Everybody gets free stuff, and it's honestly kind of sad to see for me because I feel like it's kind of a bad aspect of the gaming market. So I don't see maybe we'll be surprised. Maybe MK Tour will be cool. I don't think it will be. I think it will be just a cash grab, and I'm hoping it's not, but I don't think we can actually expect anything great. So I'm not certain on all the details, but I hope EAD has no involvement in this. I'm guessing they don't. Like obviously Game Freak isn't like behind like Pokemon Go. It's like Niantic. So I'm hoping it's something like that. I'm hoping that Tour has no detriment to the next game launching, and the big hope here is that like the Switch doing so well, and how different their approach has been with the Switch compared to other consoles. Like we've always gotten one MK per console, but I think the best case scenario is if things are just considered to be different in the Switch era, since like Deluxe isn't like the thing is like we're dealing with a new Nintendo right now, but at the same time like we've also never seen like a rehashed version of an MK come out until the Switch. So maybe we'll get a new one on the Switch, maybe not. I'm going to really hope that we do though. Honestly, when I see all these announcements about like what they're doing with the MK franchise right now, it's really making me question if like they're actually paying attention to like the fans of the series instead of just using it as a way to make easy money. So like, there's plenty of ways they could honestly make MK better for us, even like the more competitive players, without scaring away the casual audience to begin with. Like obviously, like the casual audience did not like fire hopping. They got rid of it. Like honestly, it was fun, I think, but they're like that doesn't mean that they had to rehash MK8. Like they could have just made a new game with a new engine to appease us also, and the casual audience would have eaten it up also. Because at the end of the day, it feels like just like, oh man, you bought a Wii U. Well, we're just assuming that nobody did, so we're just gonna rehash the same games and kind of, for the really big fans who actually bought the Wii U, it feels like we're kind of getting screwed over a little bit by it, unfortunately. So another problem is I don't think that they know that like our community exists, and I don't think they'll ever care, and I don't see why they should have a reason to care personally. They did not care about the Smash scene, and seemed to want it to not even exist until it became too large to ignore. Like there's a whole controversy over Evo in 2013. Like they wanted to shut down the event. Obviously, it didn't happen. There's major backlash, and that's because the Smash community is actually very large. And obviously, they kind of had to give in to that. So they have their agenda, I think. They want Splatoon and ARMS to be their competitive games, even if Smash in reality is the big one. Ignoring MK is kind of crap, but considering we don't have a large community like Smash, I don't see what we can really do right now unless we continue to grow. So it really sucks also because MK is possibly the most consistent selling franchise that they have. It saved the Wii U completely. It got people to buy Splatoon because people had a Wii U due to MK8. And I understand why they want to advertise Splat as a competitive game because, well, they didn't really have a competitive shooter beforehand, and they have a really unique idea. And they also really clearly want to advertise ARMS, and it feels like that kind of sucks for us because I don't really even see ARMS having a larger community than us right now. So, what can we really do? We have to get on the map somehow, and I think the first step is making our community better. So, first things first, we got to fix stupid problems that wouldn't exist in a good gaming community. Like, for example, an esport organization is not going to sponsor someone who doesn't have their shit together. If it's just like a genuinely bad person who just everybody hates, but like they're good at a game, they're probably not going to get sponsored because nobody would want to be associated with them. I don't see why it's any different for our community right now. Like we got to fix our problems if we ever want to be ever taken seriously like the Smash community. Probably won't happen, but like we could try. Uh, so like less toxicity, solo competitions actually being added, like attracting new people and growing. Saying no multi-teaming or sub clans, like that's kind of thing that's pretty. It looks pretty unique to our community. I don't think that's a good thing. And yeah, fixing a lot of stuff like that would be help, I guess. But that's a topic for another day. So I think I'm gonna cut this video off now. It's just me rambling pretty much about what I think the MK franchise is going through right now. Obviously, I don't think it's the best scenario, but it could be worse. But hoping that perhaps we can see improvement in the future, even it's a direct effect from our community or just getting lucky later. But we'll see what happens. Have a good day, everybody, and thanks for watching.